What's it like to bike in Tucson, Arizona? That's the question I'm asking today, and I'm going to be trying to use online route finders, bike infrastructure software, yada, 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 to figure and answer that question. None of these videos are perfect, and I'm not going to redo that intro because I think it was good enough. But my whole goal here is really just help expose the mountain biking, the city and urban infrastructure so that you can make your daily bike lives better. To note, I don't live in Tucson, Arizona, and I've not visited Tucson, Arizona. I hope to. So take what I say with a grain of salt because I'm just using the resources available online to answer this question. That being said, I would love to interview someone on this channel. That might be you listening right now about what it's like to bike in Tucson, Arizona. And if you're interested in that, just go down to the description below. There's a form you can fill out, and I'll reach out to you, and we might be able to set something up. Regardless, I'll do my best today to use the online tools we have at our disposal to check it out. So first of all, Tucson's got a population of 541,000 people, definitely a mid-sized city. Let's take a look at the Strava heat maps to see where people are riding at the moment. Looks like I see some concentration here and here along. These must be some like waterways, as you've got trails on both sides. And then definitely some mountain biking up here, concentration, some right here. And wow, a lot of, yeah, okay. So it's looking promising. Let's see what's actually going on there though. Wait, I want to preface this first of all. Walkscore.com gave Tucson a 98 out of 100 on bike score, which means it's a biker's paradise. Daily errands can be accomplished on bike. Now, I always think you should take those numbers with a grain of salt because it always depends kind of where you live and things of that nature. But from looking at the trail link, which shows dedicated bike paths, I think Tucson's got it going on. We've got bike paths along the Santa Cruz River as well as the Relito River. And then also additional paths. We've got 17.9 mile Greenway, a 5-mile Harrison Greenway. You've got the 41-mile River Park Trail. You've got 21-mile River Park Trail. This is killer. And then it also continues out through Canada del Oro River. I got to brush up on my pronunciation there. But that is really promising. And I think if we go back to the Strava heat maps, you can kind of see these two rail trails or bike trails get a ton of action there. Let's go to Mountain Bike Project and check out. So here's Tucson right here in the center. I'm going to zoom out and you're going to see you're kind of surrounded by some mountain biking definitely to the west, down to the southeast. And I think there are a bunch of rides in the Catalina foothills here that are probably being missed by Mountain Bike Project, considering you go on Strava here, you can see, these might just actually be roads, but if so, they might be pretty low traffic. But we got mountain biking. It looks like the biggest trailhead, closest one to Tucson that would be like a ton of variety would be this trailhead here, Robles Loop. Let's see how far of a ride it is to get there. Here's a parking trailhead. Let's go from Tucson. So 6 miles, 40-minute bike ride. Great. And maybe even faster or slower, depending on your speed. A 13-minute drive, not bad at all. That's to get to this main Robles trailhead here. You're going across the river, essentially. And then there's this trail system here as well, which I find intriguing. Northwest parking area at Fantasy Island. Let's see how far it is to bike from the center of town. So it's 13.9 miles, a little bit further, 25-minute drive, or what they say is an hour, 16-minute bike ride. So that's a little bit further. So it looks like if you're riding and biking in from town, you're probably going to be riding on these trails over here, which this year is a 19-mile loop. We got another 9.3-mile loop in there. Like, we got some good riding. And then you go up to Tucson Mountain Park, and you've got options. Let's look at the elevation gain on this. We got 19.2 miles. Let's look at some photos through here. Cool. A lot of cacti. Interesting. as you'd expect. Huge cacti. I think those are saguaros. Yeah, the trail travels in close quarters with some of the local saguaros. So stay on trail. That's what it's telling you. Don't fall. And that's easier said than done, but maybe wear some protective clothing. All right, as far as gravelmap.com, we got some gravel trails, although they kind of start in Tucson Mountain Park, nothing like directly in town, but you got all these trails that we see on Trail Link that I think will keep you busy if you're on a road bike or more of a gravel bike. As far as weather, so this is going to be a little bit backwards from a lot of the in the United States. The summer months are going to be the most unpleasant, whereas the winter months, January, February, March, April, September, October, November, December, great months. I mean, they're all like 7 and above. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months out of the year are 7 or above. And then June, July, August, September, going to be hot. September getting better, but they're going to be hot. So keep that in mind. It's also very dry. So you're going to need to definitely fuel up on water and take note of that. So here's adventure cycling. We're looking at some bike touring routes here. I just did a video on Phoenix and I actually missed out on looking at these, but there's a Grand Canyon connector that goes through Phoenix and Scottsdale, and the Southern Tier, which is a transcontinental ride, but there's nothing that goes through Tucson yet. But on bikepacking.com, yes, we've got some off-road riding. Where's Tucson? Tucson's right here. Okay, so it starts in the Saguaro National Park, that's probably where the most saguaro cacti are anywhere. You got Bikepacking the Arizona Trail, 739-mile bike ride. And this is kind of a famous one. Pretty much, well, yeah, it starts you up. It goes from the northern part of Arizona to the southern part, literally all the way to Mexico. So 793 miles. That would be just such an amazing way to experience Arizona and what it has to offer. I feel like Arizona and New Mexico are often overshadowed by like Utah and Colorado, and especially Colorado and California. But there's some absolute beauty there. And I can't wait to experience it. But what I like here is we got a lot of options for different loops. Sky Islands Odyssey, 134 miles. And this trail, the AT trail, pretty much goes straight through Tucson. So you're going to have a culture around that, and you're going to see people coming through town, fueling up, eating at buffets because they're so hungry. With that being said, I think I've covered most of what Tucson has to offer. And I'd say Tucson is crazy interesting when it comes to biking. You got 8 months out of the year where the weather is fantastic. You've got good mountain biking. You've got good cycling infrastructure in the city. Like I said, walkscore.com gave them a 98, which that's amazing. Tucson excites me, really excites me. It's a mid-sized city, maybe a little bit less well-known than a lot of what you may be looking for in a city. But I'm definitely excited to check it out. With that being said, if you live there and have experience biking there, I'd love to potentially interview you. You can just go down to the description, check out the survey I have down there, and we might be able to set something up. So thanks for watching, everyone. We've got more videos going up on the channel consistently. And yeah, let's ride. Peace.